Welcome to the Silvan Podcast, where we talk everything rural lifestyle. Welcome to another episode of the Silvan Podcast, and I am joined once again by General Manager of Rural Merchandise, Michael Frost. Michael, thank you for joining us once again.
Thanks, Nick.
It's good to have you back. On this episode, on the previous one, we touched on hand sprayers, so it's only logical that we progress that along to the 12-volt range. Now, tell us, before we get too in-depth with the product range, you've been with Silvan for quite some time now, so tell us a little bit about how the 12-volt range evolved and how it all started.
Well, look, back in the early 80s, we actually imported a range of 12-volt pumps to start to sell into the marketplace, and we didn't know a lot about them at the time, and the chap that had imported them had left the business. So we put them out there, sold a few, and it's an application-based product. And what we found was that until we matched them to a tank, we weren't going to sell them. And in the early days, I saw a picture of a horse with a side saddle either side with a 12-volt pump, a battery, and a little bladder tank on the other side, and a guy riding around his paddock spraying. So we were selling pumps for a number of years, and then we came up with the idea of putting the pump on a little 25-litre tank, a sort of a smallish tank. And we looked to try and sell it to people with the old ag bike and the postie bikes, and ride around and spray their farms. And we had some limited success. And around about the mid 80s, we started to see the ATV motorcycle come into the marketplace. Mm-hmm. And we went off the horse design, and we designed and manufactured a tank that went down either side of the back and sat on the back of the bike. And during that time, we also found that we had a lot of trouble with pumps, with the diaphragms and the seals. So we worked with our supplier to design a diaphragm that will withstand the Australian chemical, or the chemicals in our marketplace. And then after that, we saw people start to use them in utes. So we actually saw this rack pack, as we called it. People would put it on a block of wood in the back of a ute, like in the old Subaru Brumby and the aluminium tray ute, the trailer, and tie it down. So we made a decision to make a tank, a purpose-designed tank, square tank that would sit in the back, and strap it down, bolt it down, and that was called the Spot Pack. And what had happened is the market had transitioned from either carrying around a backpack on your back, or having to get the tractor and a PDO sprayer out and hook it all up and go off spraying. So with the advent of a 12-volt sprayer, you could put the tank and the pump all as one kit. We call them a pack because they come complete. You hook your wires onto the battery. The pump switches itself on and off when you open the spray gun. So you can quite conveniently go around spraying on either your motorbike, back of a trailer, onto your utility truck, whatever you wanted to, or carry on the back of a tractor. They've become a very versatile unit. And with the growth of ATV motorcycles, ride on lawnmowers with trailers on, even seen them in station wagons and things like that. That's where 12-volt sprayers came from, and the market just grew and grew and grew.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? Because, that's not, in real terms, that's not that long ago, the 80s, and it's evolved into something now that I've never been on a farm and not seen a 12-volt sprayer. I think they're on every single farm that you could possibly think of. And also, even you see them now on TV shows, on commercials, driving around town. You see a lot of utes getting about, even in the city, with a 12-volt sprayer. So it's amazing how Silvan have developed that market and created a market in this day and age, isn't it?
Yeah, look, and it's convenience. Like most things that become popular, it's a product that's convenient, easy to throw in the back of your vehicle or whatever, easy to connect. You don't have to have much mechanical experience to use one. And if you look around the world, you'll see there's a massive amount of 12-volt sprayers are sold all around the world. The only real change, a lot of changes, main changes are designs, looking at how you can put more features into them, safety features since, like making sure that the tank's a chemical runoff if you spill chemical on the tank. Some of them have actually got a battery built into them now where you can recharge the battery, so you don't even have to put it on the 12-volt. So you can push it around in a wheelbarrow if you've got a small property, you can put it on a trolley, that type of thing. So they've continued to evolve, and they've got bigger. They started out at a 25-litre tank. You now buy 12-volt sprayers in 400-litre tanks if you've got a more of a commercial operation. You can fit hose reels, you can fit nozzles, you can fit boomless nozzles, you can fit booms, you can fit hose reels, a whole range of accessories to complement that 12-volt sprayer. So it's come a long way since a little pump that was sat in a box that we were marketing out into the agricultural market sector to what it is now, which is a whole extensive range of 12-volt sprayers.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Well, look, let's just kick off the range. Basically, we start off with the red line in terms of size. That starts at 25 liters, so that is a really useful tank size for those that still have ATVs, not particularly heavy, 25 liters, or a wheelbarrow or something of that description.
Well, we start off. We got in the red line range, which is a hobby market type range. We start with a 25 litre that comes in either 12 volts, you plug it connected to your 12-volt battery, or it comes with a battery on it and you can recharge it. We then move up to our most popular model, the 55 litre, and they all come together with a adjustable lance, adjustable nozzle, all the wiring clips, pump ready to go. And then we go to the 100 litre, which has a slightly bigger pump in case you want to boom. They're called, all our 12-volt sprayers are part of our pack range. And the reason they're called pack is because they come complete, ready to go, out of the box. You don't have to go off and buy another fitting or another bit and piece to get the sprayer going.
Not at all, and that's my favourite saying is turnkey. Our products are literally turnkey. You add the chemical, you add the water. That's it, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, you're right. And the red line range is very simple and easy to use. It has a jug in the lid, so when you take the lid off, there's a jug underneath the lid, so you can tip your chemicals into the jug and pour it inside the tank, and then put your water in. The beauty of them is that the way they've been designed, you can put them in most motorbikes, UTVs, utilities, right on lawnmowers. They're quite a compact little unit. And when you get up in the bigger sizes, the 55 and the 100 litre, you can put some boomless nozzles on them, or nozzles, accessories, and also there's some small little booms that you can put on the back of, say, a small trailer or something as well. But ideal for a hobby market. And also, a lot of people have already got a sprayer, don't want to carry a backpack, so they'll buy one of these and put that in the back of their vehicle and just leave it there handy. If they're out and about, they can see they can do a bit of spraying as they're going along, doing the rest of their work on the farm.
Yep. So the important thing to add there as well, the 55 and 100 litre both have trailer kits available to them as well, where you can buy a trailer kit plus the boomless nozzle kit that you spoke about as well. So looking at something like that, head to our website. All the details are there, www.silvan.com.au. Moving on from the red line, we developed some time ago now the spot pack, and that came in a number of different sizes. Can you tell us a little bit about the pack range, Michael?
Well, the pack range has a larger pump on it. It was designed, we talked earlier about people putting the motorcycle type sprayer, leg sprayer in there with underneath some wood, above some wood, and strapping it down. Well, we designed the sprayer so it's a first flat base sprayer in our range. We started off with a 50 litre. Comes with the Aquatech smooth flow pump, and that pump is designed so that when you press the trigger on the spray gun, you get a constant stream. You don't get any pulsation, which is sometimes seen in older model sprayers. It's a 50 litre tank. The pump is set in a cavity, so if you spill any chemical, it runs off the tank, and it's a nice cube shape design. It's handy, fits around, comes with a wiring loom and alligator clips, and also comes with a fuse built into the wiring. That was the first model, proved extremely popular. It's that popular, the design, apart from a few little changes to make the lance a little bit better, a better lance than was probably on the earlier models. It remains unchanged and is a very popular product. After the 50 litre was released, we then released a 100 litre capacity, so similar tank design, just bigger. And then we went into the 200 litre, similar tank design, just bigger yet again.
The other important thing is I like to tell customers 100 PSI. So we got a 7 litre per minute pump and a 100 PSI pump, and that pump never fails to impress. And the amount of pressure that you get out of this sprayer is phenomenal. Really good for 12 volt.
Yeah, look, it's a great pump. The smooth flow technology in it with the patented head, so you don't get any pulsation. So when you move into some of the accessories like the boomless nozzles or a small boom to go behind, you get that constant pressure. You don't get any pulsation, constant application. So when you marry it, apart from using it as a spot sprayer, it's quite an effective boom sprayer. So if you have a small boom behind it, you can spray a paddock, a driveway, long driveway as an example. It's a good application. Or also, if you've got very rocky, hilly areas and you don't want a boom hanging off the back, you can put a small boomless nozzle on the back, and that'll spray out either side for you and give a good spray application. And as well as you can turn one side off, so you can blank one side off, so you can spray down an embankment, say on the rocks and things like that if you don't want to go down there. So quite an effective little spraying package, and again goes in lots of different types of vehicles.
One of the things some of our customers have mentioned to us in the past is noise. They feel they can't spray at early hours of the morning or late in the evening. Taking out the weather conditions, as putting that aside, we've seen a trend towards 12-volt sprayers for that exact reason. We've seen a number of our 12-volt sprayers go on board electric buggies as well, for golf courses and, of course, even for Shire works as well, where they're having to spray down alleyways and walkways in the early hours of the morning. No noise at all. So that's another a real added feature of 12-volt spraying that we've seen emerge in the recent years.
We really saw that many years ago in the pest control market. So we saw they wanted to go and work in a domestic application, and as soon as they start an engine, people will be complaining about the noise or coming, having a look to see what's going on. So, and same with the council guys, they'd be out there starting up their engine-powered units. People will be having a look, you have the noise. So with the 12-volt, and there's a whole range of 12-volt pumps also available as accessories that you can get, larger pumps, larger capacities, larger pressures. But the ones we're talking about today on the Spot Pack and the Red Line, they're more general and do probably 95% of the application. But yeah, noise is an issue. People don't want to hear that noise, and the beauty of them is, I always say it's simple to use. You don't really need to have a petrol engine. You don't have to be putting petrol in, carrying petrol, doing this. If we go back many, many years ago, the start of the podcast where we talked about the PDO sprayer, well, that was how it was done. And people generally had to put a PDO sprayer, or they had a skid sprayer that went on the back of the vehicle, and they had to start up an engine, a petrol engine. So spraying was a onerous and quite time-consuming task unless you were using a backpack. So the advent of the 12-volt product, and obviously there's so many models and so many options available, now makes spraying a lot easier for people. And also with the current COVID situation, we're also seeing some applications appearing now for some disinfectant application and for some cleaning applications as well.
Most certainly. We certainly are. For those that think that, Phil, we go up to 200 litres in a Spot Pack, we also offer a slightly more commercial type of sprayer in the 100 litre and 200 litre truck pack. Now, that tank is shaped slightly differently as well. So can you just explain a little bit about we really open the door to options when you start going into the 200 litre and the 100 litre truck pack sprayers?
Well, the truck pack tank was designed so that you could bolt things to it. It was also one of the first tanks on the market to be built with an anti-spill barrier. So the pump is recessed with the lid, etc. So if any liquid is spilled in that cavity when you're filling the tank or the gun, that automatically runs off the tank. The square, more upright design, makes it more robust, as in, and you can fit a hose reel to it with up to 20 metres of hose on it as well. And again, you can fit booms behind it, etc. It tends to go to more of a commercial operator. They're looking to put a hose reel, that type of thing on it. So yeah, but the truck pack's been around a long time, like the Spot Pack. Few upgrades, few little changes. It's a robust sprayer, and it went through a bit of a resurgence a few years ago, about 4 years ago, when we made it the pump and changed the gun, and it's very successful, particularly with the developing UTV market. People putting them back of UTVs now. So previously, if they had an ATV, they were limited to, say, 50 to 70 litre tank, whereas on some of these, they can put them between 100 and a 200 litre tank. They like the upright design because it gives them a little bit more room in the back of their tray left.
Yeah, most certainly. And they're a great, as you said, the advent of the UTV, RTV market has certainly seen this sprayer come into its own, in its own fold. So, Michael, just touching off there, so we've got from the Red Line right up to a 200 litre truck pack. We have a number of accessories that are available for these products, including booms, hose reels, and guns, as you said before. So can you just touch base on, basically, we'll start off with the Red Lines, what's available there in terms of kits and accessories?
Look, all of them have got plenty of accessories available for them now, whereas in their early days they were just a pack spray where they came ready for spot spraying. So if we talk about the red line, we have a boomless nozzle available for it. We had a trailer kit available for it, like you mentioned before. We've also got hose reels available. The hose reels on the red lines are normally mounted separately on a frame or on a vehicle or wherever you're using them, but they can run a range of nozzles. And the boomless nozzle as well as the hose reels.
Yep. And then the spot packs also have available to them a number of hose reels, and then we sort of open the door in terms of boomless nozzle technology as well. With the higher pressure and the higher flow of a spot pack, we have a number of boomless nozzle kits that you can see on the screen right now that are available for the spot pack range as well.
Well, look, that's right. The high capacity, you've got the smooth flow pump on those units there, so they give you increased flow in pressure, particularly the pressure. We've seen the boomless nozzle market grow quite considerably. We've seen the sales of small booms that go behind vehicles drop off. People find the boomless nozzle quite a simple product to use. They just turn it on, set up, and just ride or drive, and it does the job for them. But we also have another boom, which you'll put a picture up there, Nick, and it's a boom that goes behind. It's similar to a tow bar boom, so it slides in where your tow bar was on your vehicle, and they're proving quite popular, certainly in the Spot Pack 200, and when we talk a little bit about the truck pack range again, into a semi-commercial, ideal for down the bottom of a UTV.
Certainly is, and that's just got basically a 50 mil reach fitting, which most cars, utes, and ATVs, RTVs all have that today. That just slides in. Even a car, as most of them have a 50 mil reach. Now you slide that in, lock that in position, away you go. That has been a really good product, and has really we've demoed it at field days, and you can just see people light up when you turn one on, and they think, oh, that's going to tick all of my boxes.
Yeah, well, you talked about turnkey. I call it plug and play. It slides under the tow bar, goes on the tow bar. You hook your hose onto your appropriate sprayer, and off you go. There's no having to go and fit other things. And we talk about booms, hose reels, boomless nozzles, that type of thing. On our website and in our product catalogue, we have a chart that matches all of those particular accessories to the particular sprayer. So if you go in today and say, I want to look at a 55-litre redline sprayer, the chart will come up. You can see which accessories you can order for that sprayer, whether it be a trailer, whether it be a boomless nozzle. It'll tell you which code, which item to match. So there's lots of options available, lots of variables available for what you want to do. But there's a nice chart in there that makes it easy for you to select the items that you require for your task.
It certainly does. And if you're listening to the podcast version, I'd urge you to go and watch the YouTube version of this podcast as well, because right now that chart that we're referring to is on the screen. So you can see that there, but you can also access that from our website, and I'll put a link on the video as well, where you can see it on our website too. Part of our 12-volt range, we also have a number of trolley sprayers as well, and we kind of start off with the 25-litre trolley sprayer. Has rechargeable batteries on board. Tell us a little bit about that one as well.
Well, that's 25 litre. It's got like golf buggy wheels on it, spray gun. It has a rechargeable battery with pump on it. It will spray up to 4 tankfuls, which is a considerable amount. Push it around, nice, easy to use. And it's also available with a small 1 metre boom width or 1.5 metre spray width. So that's a very popular product. Again, if you've got a bit more than you want to carry a knapsack around, you can spray around the property, and you put the boom on, go and spray the driveway. If you're a long driveway going down the farm, you could spray that with it.
Yeah.
And the other rechargeable trolley sprayer we have is more of a pest control type sprayer. That's a 20-litre upright trolley sprayer. It's more of a commercial model designed for predominantly pest control. Also around, you could use it around the farm as well. That was released last year and is proving very popular in those commercial applications.
Yeah, once again, if you're watching the YouTube channel, you can see that sprayer in action as we speak now. That is a very impressive unit, that one. And again, that's got 100 PSI of pressure on board. So really good for that, for not just spraying, but even for sanitizing, given this coronavirus that we're experiencing right now. All right, Michael. Well, look, thank you for joining us on another podcast. That was really interesting. And we'll have another one coming your way shortly when we elaborate a little bit further on the commercial side of the 12-volt range, and we'll get really our teeth stuck into the squat pack range and also the Lightfoot range in our 12-volt.
No worries. Nick, look forward to it.
Okay, thanks, Michael.